What is happening, everyone, and welcome back to the Republic of Players podcast. This is episode 13. With me is the usual crew for a change. We don't have any special guests on, but we're all special, so we're going to hit you with a show anyway. We have Paddy Toner. What's happening, Paddy?
All right, Ron, how are you?
I'm good, man. We have the Platinum Jack, as always.
All right, everybody.
Trying to platinum some weird game, as usual. And Fano, how are you doing, Fano?
Well, I didn't consider myself special until a couple of seconds ago, but I'm pretty good.
Sweet. So the fact that you were very special, Fano, what games have you been playing? Special games have you been playing?
I haven't got a clue where to start. What have I been playing recently? Resident Evil Code Veronica X. That's been one of the ones that I've just been trying to, plod through, take it easy, enjoy it. And then I forgot that I had no rounds in my guns, and I got killed by the tyrant on the plane.
Oh, nice.
That's how that went down for me. What else have I been playing? I don't know. Dead's Gambit, Dead Cells, all the same games I was playing beforehand, but more aggressively.
So what, you're trying to get a platinum on those games, or?
Well, not trying to get platinums. I'm trying to do the +1s and stuff. Just to see what, kind of how it scales or what's different. Or I also found a whole section of Dead's Gambit I haven't seen before, so that's a new one.
So we talked the last time on the show, it's been a while now, but we talked about I wasn't really getting into Death's Gambit. Now I have played it, and I've played a good chunk of it, but I would still consider Dead Cells a very special game this year, where Death's Gambit it's a great one of those games, but I just feel like Dead Cells is a little bit more special. The animation, the run, the runs that you do, obviously the fact that it's roguelite. And that game just speaks to me a lot more than Death's Gambit. I don't know why, but it just does. I know you're the opposite, aren't you?
Yeah, I am 100% the opposite. I just think it's the fact that there's more to it. There's more story to it. If Dead Cells was a longer game, what they're doing, their actual way of making a game is nicer than the way that Death's Gambit's made. Okay. But if they were to do the same thing, if they were to go around and have a story and stuff and put everything kind of into context, instead of you've just got one life, one run, you start again. I think if you're not patient with Dead Cells, it gets very repetitive very quickly. Whereas with Death's Gambit, you can always go a different direction.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. But I also think that has something to do with the genre. Like you would consider the games very similar, but the two of them are completely different genre. Dead's Gambit is not a roguelike, and obviously you get to a checkpoint, you save it there. Where Dead Cells, it's not trying to be anything else. It knows it's a roguelike, and it's one death and you're gone. But I feel like with Dead Cells, it gave me the same feeling as Rogue Legacy, where you feel like you're getting better and better with each run. And I don't know, I think it might be a little bit unfair to compare the two, but it's because they came out at such a close time, and they are obviously side-scrolling with Metroidvania style, and they're obviously always going to be compared. But for me, Dead Cells, hands down, it's one of my games of the year, actually. I really enjoyed Dead Cells just for everything.
Neither one of them have anything on Bloodstained. Just keeping it there, by the way. I'm just going to throw it in there
again. You have to show me that game. We'll talk a little bit later about
it's my game of the year.
We'll talk a little bit later about what we're going to be doing at the stream, but we might sit down and check that thing out during the stream. Paddy, what have you been playing?
Okay, Fortnite. It's still awesome a year later, lads. Just get back in and play. Come on, we'll all have a game.
So I was telling that my son, and I have a video recorded, he actually uninstalled Fortnite off our system, both PC and PlayStation.
He'll be back for the next season. He
possibly will be back. And the great thing is, it's free and it's always there. But I seen him get so sick of it the last couple of weeks, and he just moved on. Basically, he just wanted to try something new, and he was like, "I don't want to play that game anymore. Can we uninstall it?" Now, that's not to say that it's a dying game, but
no. I think they're very good at the change in the game. Like every week, they added a new cling. What is it called? Like a Batman clinger thing that you clip on and you jump over, and then you have a.
Oh right.
They took out a gun, a barrel gun, like a machine gun, because all the community was giving out about. Now I didn't really care. I thought it was alright. It was changing the game away from shotguns, and a lot of people, as a coach would say, it was meta. and he was going nuts. He hated it. But like, I think like it's either adapt or die. I don't understand why like Ninja came out and said that he didn't want that gun anymore, and they got rid of it. But like, I know it's good and it's bad that it's good to listen to the community, but I think it's good that they try different things all the time and they're trying to change the game and keep the community alive.
I mean, if they're listening, Epic Games, just get rid of shotguns. That's all I ask.
Yeah, but if you got rid of shotguns, that'd be it. That'd be the game, wouldn't it? I mean, that is the. It's like they're a Gears of War developer, so they're kind of keeping on the same thing. We're adding different mixes and stuff. But like, I still love the game, to be honest.
No, I can totally appreciate that game, and I do. I love the way they have their seasons set out. It makes it feel, even though it's the same game and it's the same map, they do enough changes that it does feel so fresh when a new season comes along.
They're constantly changing little bits in the map, and it makes such a difference to who's landing where. Like they had, like Tilted Towers was a long time was where everyone was landing. That and still is. It's not as many people land there anymore, but they've changed another place in the map. Paradise Palms, you can land there now, and it spreads out to people. It makes the game so different every time you go back. Every week, I know it's horrible to see the update every week, but like I think it's worth it.
This is just like an invitation for our viewers. If you're looking for Paddy, either go to Tilted Towers or Paradise Palms. He's in one or the
other. I love the game. That's all I'm saying.
Have you been playing anything else, Paddy, or is it just strictly Fortnite this week?
No, I was playing in another game that I used to play years ago. It's called Imperial Glory, and that is I got it on Steam. It was like £6, but it was on the PC, and basically it's a strategy game.
Okay.
And you start off in old Europe, and you can pick between all the old European countries. And I usually go with Britain because it's a little island. It's great what you have to do is make you build up your armies and you build up trade routes. And you can make agreements to be on someone's like war team or whatever like that there, and you basically go up through the generations, through the times, like the Stone Age, the Metal Age, the Bronze Age or whatever like that there, and it's basically like an Age of Empires kind of style game.
Is it turn based or is it actual?
Yeah, it's turn based. Yeah, it's turn based.
So more like kind of Civ, is it?
I was going to say like Civ,
yeah.
Nice.
Until the Mongolians come after you.
I've completed the game like 3 times, but I keep going back to it. It's just one of the games you can sit. Yeah, it's on PC. Yeah, it's very good. Like you could waste a few hours in the evening watching telly at the same time. Do you know what I mean? Just one kind of games, passive games. Yeah.
What's the name again?
Imperial Glory.
Imperial Glory. Nice.
Yeah.
Platinum Jack. Here we go. What sort of torture are you putting yourself through this week?
I'm still putting myself through the torture that is Digimon World Next Order. I am still at it this 2 weeks later.
Okay, so tell us what the story is with that game, because that's the type of game that I used to go into a video store and see it on the shelf and go, will I? And I never did, because I was never a Digimon fan. I always obviously compared it to Pokemon, but I always went the Pokemon route rather than watch Digimon. So tell us exactly what you do in this game.
Basically, with Digimon World is you've got 2 partner Digimon. You get no more, you get no less. You've always got 2, and you have to train them up, Digivolve, and the usual stuff. But in the space of at the maximum, without making it longer, is 20 days. They survive 20 days in game time. Then they die, but they get reborn as baby Digimon. So you have to train them up again.
Oh dear God, that just sounds like torture.
Why do you do it to yourself, Jack?
The game is really good. I can't really say anything bad about it. Like at first, I was getting really frustrated with the mechanics because I wasn't training them fast enough to keep them alive just that small bit longer. But now that I've gotten used to the mechanics and everything, I can actually keep them alive for the full 20 days. And if I want to, I can actually extend that on by however much I want to, if I do certain ways around it. Like I think I'm on chapter 4 of 5, and I've got 60 odd hours put into it.
Oh my God.
I think there'll be some broken controllers, headsets, and everything else from that. Like, there's not that much time in a week, like, just to sit down and do that.
Jack, you need to be streaming.
Yeah, you definitely need to be streaming, dude. If you're putting 60 hours in.
Like, you might as well get some out. We know a bit of company when you're playing these games. Oh, there's another one dead. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, no, that usually happens. I could just walking along, and then all of a sudden, it just teleports me back to the hometown saying, oh, yeah, lived a good life. Here you go. Here's your new one. And they're like, oh, not now.
Poor Jack.
Keep it going, Jack. We believe in you. You'll get that platinum after maybe 100 hours of playing that torture.
What are you playing, Ronan?
I have been playing the game Scum, which I believe is the greatest name a video game has ever gotten. But
have you ever seen the movie?
No, I've never seen the movie. No,
don't watch it. It's horrible.
Paddy, could you say the movie is Scum?
It's Scum. Oh Jesus! It's about a borstal in England. It's just horrible.
So Scum it's a Croatian developer has developed this game, but it is being published by Devolver. Now Devolver done games like Hotline Miami, and did they do Broforce? Yeah. So they're well known.
I was wondering where it came up before, and we were talking about Broforce a lot.
Yeah. So it's literally just a survival game. We actually talked about this game when Nadine from Massive Hair Gaming was on. She mentioned DayZ, and it's a polished DayZ. You're dropped into this world. It just take the same map in Fortnite, but multiply it by about 5, and that's the map you're dropped into. You have nothing. You start off as a prisoner with just a couple of clothes on. You can rummage through the ground, get rocks, create a stone knife out of 2 rocks. You can cut trees down to create spears. You can go hunting. There's also zombies in the game. And the amazing part about it is there is government buildings like bunkers, and you have to get by these big mech robots that can basically kill you on sight. If they hit you once, you're dead. And you get into these government buildings, you go underground into the bunkers, and you find a crap load of loot. And then you try and get out, and you set up camp and put storage in, put all the loot into a storage. If you're killed, all your loot gets taken away unless you have it stored. Me and Kush are playing it fairly regular. Actually, we've been playing it the last couple of nights. The two of us have built up a shitload of guns and weapons, and we're camped out beside a prison, and we're doing nightly runs into the prison to get as much loot as possible and get out. Last night, just real quick, I went in, I had a crap ton of loot, got more, filled the backpack up, and when I was heading out, I got shot by the mech, and I couldn't get my loot back, and my whole game went from being king of the world to back to the very start to having nothing. So you get 1 die, basically. You don't respawn, you respawn, but you respawn with nothing. And that's kind of the joy of it. That's where the tension comes in. I think they've done zombies in such a great way that if you shoot a gun, they will be attracted from probably maybe a mile away. So you can just hear the zombies coming. If you're in one of these compounds and you shoot your weapon off, you can hear the zombies literally running for you. So it's really good. I didn't think it'd grab me as much as it did. I met up with the guys from Massive Pair. We're on their server. Shout out to them. They actually went to a trip to Portugal this weekend to meet up and asked would I go. So thanks to those. But obviously I don't have enough money to go to Portugal to meet.
I actually downloaded the game. I downloaded Scum, and my laptop won't run it. Well, it does run it, but it just looks crap.
Very bad, yeah. But that's one for you, Fano. After getting the new laptop, grab that game because it's really fun, and me and Kush can sort you out with a few weapons when you jump in. So that's basically what I've been playing. We will move on to news because the news is pretty jammed this week. The first bit of news is Nintendo Switch nears 5 million sales in Japan. Is anyone really surprised about that number?
I'm not surprised by it, but like that's just Japan alone. Like Japan isn't a massive country, so like it's just like the actual like the fact that it's so portable and stuff. Like the Switch was always going to do really well in Asia. Like the Vita is massive over there. So the Switch was obviously going to follow suit. But at the same time, it's only been about a year.
True.
Like they haven't released that many major titles to attract people. The Switch has done phenomenally well.
Yeah. Well, I can somewhat disagree to that. And the reason why is because they're bringing in third-party games to fill the gap where they're not bringing the first-party games out. You had at the start a very packed release where you had Zelda, you had Mario.
But Zelda and Mario Kart are both Wii U games.
Yeah.
They're Wii U. Okay, so what exclusive do we have for
Mario Odyssey?
Mario Odyssey. But I feel like in between the big Nintendo games, you have games like Skyrim was pretty huge on it. You're getting Dark Souls is coming to that system. Doom is meant to run phenomenal. I think it's a good system for an all-round catalog of games. I think the games on that is there's a lot to play on it.
The versatility with it is amazing. I also just announced this week as well. Has anyone seen the Pikachu? Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee Switch.
Yeah,
this week as well. Like that, if they did 5 million before they released that, like that's going to be huge. Just as a collector's item on its own, it's going to sell out.
Yeah, but a Pokemon collector's item always does well. Like if you get the Nintendo 64, the Pokemon Nintendo 64 now box, it's worth like 150 to 200 quid.
Yeah.
Today. That's people just go mad for Pokemon. They absolutely love it.
But that's it. Like the Switch is doing well without having Pokemon, without having Smash Bros. Like these are two things that are going to come out soon, and they're going to bring it to that next level. Like it's going to like remember like the first year of the Wii, and it like everybody had a Wii or it was like on everyone's list.
Wii was the best marketed game thing console ever. Everybody had one.
Everyone's going to have a Switch now because Pokemon's finally out on it soon. Like, you know what I mean? That's what everyone's putting up. And I know for a fact that even like people in the group and stuff have said to me, like, I'm going to wait till Pokemon comes out. Like, it's happening. Everyone is going to buy a Switch soon.
But I think the Switch is like an overpriced handheld.
Get out.
But it is like, it's basically an overpriced handheld. Like, it's very expensive for what it is.
But the quality of games are, you know, AAA quality games. It's not like you're getting these handheld experiences. The games that are coming out are great.
I just think the Switch is a bit overpriced for what
you can play Fortnite on it.
Yeah, I know that, but I just think I still think it's just still a bit overpriced. Like it's keeping its price high as well. It's about time to start coming down a little bit. You know what I mean?
What price is it at the moment?
It's 300 quid.
That's expensive for that for a handheld.
That's falling though.
No, 300. That's well, it's been around that for a while. But like, I don't know if you're going to spend 400 quid on an Xbox One or a PS4. It's lots in, especially because it's handy. Like this handheld, the portability side of it is actually a big selling point for like.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. You're getting 720p games on the go. You're getting 1080 when it's docked. I mean, it's not. Everything else is doing the exact same, except for you can take this out and bring it around with you.
I suppose, but like I would say, we go back to like in Japan, like it's going to Nintendo's always going to sell well over there anyway.
Oh, 100%.
Massively, like they're mad about it.
So moving on to EA, big news in the gaming industry the last couple of weeks. EA have kindly donated 1 million to the victims of the Jacksonville shooting. Now we had a talk about that shooting on the previous show. Very sad, and it was a horrendous thing. But EA have stepped up and they are creating this fundraiser. Plus, they're going to be donating money towards the families. And we had a discussion on the community. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, where someone got very snappy and said, "Oh, look, EA trying to play the good guy and this, that, and the other." To me, it doesn't really matter what they're trying to do here. What matters is peace and you know, every bit of support to the families of those victims. It doesn't matter what EA are doing. What they're doing is the right thing to do. They're trying to support what happened. They've also cancelled all events, all Madden events for the rest of the year to obviously take a look at the security situation, which again, some of the victims' families are suing because the negligence of the security, and they're taking a look at everything, which is a right move as well, if you ask me. Any input on that, guys? I
don't get why these families are suing EA. Like EA is donated $1 million to the families of the victims who were killed, blah blah blah, and you can say that's them covering their backs. They don't have to do this. It's technically not their fault that this happened. It's the venue's fault for not having security. I
really don't agree when you're saying it's the up to the venue. Whoever was hosting the event, it was up to them to provide security.
If you pay for a venue,
you pay for venues. I pay for venues, and you have to provide your own security. And it's up to them to bring. They should, like, it's in the middle of America. It's about in Jacksonville. There's been shootings there before. They should have people there like checking bags and like I'm not saying frisk people. I don't know how far to go, but it's a very dangerous place to live. And like if you're going to bring, especially the venom that there's beyond in them kind of events where people are throwing tantrums for losing things like that. There, your man wasn't mentally well, which is it's a complete different topic. But they need to provide security and let these people know that they're safe and their kids are going to come home alive.
Yeah, I agree with you, Paddy. But I also think that and this is horrible to say, but it takes an event like this, like in the gaming industry, this is the first time this has ever happened. And it usually takes an event like this for organizers of events like this to say, okay, this is not going to happen again. It was a horrible thing that nobody, like none of us or anywhere in the world, whether it's America, whether it's Ireland, would ever think that a player, a pro gamer would shoot up a couple of his mates because he lost the game. Like, I mean, you can talk about security all you want. You can talk about the rapid response not being quick enough. But I mean, I don't know if any of you ever fired a gun before. I have. It takes a very short amount of time to get. You could get 30 bullets out there if depending on the gun in a very short amount of time. And to say the security, yes, the security has to be upped. But I think what EA are doing by cancelling the events and taking a look at obviously the whole organization of the events to make sure it doesn't happen again, you just have to give it to EA. They've been in the bad books for a long time.
They've literally put their hands up and said, we're sorry, this shouldn't have happened. Yeah. And they're actually taking the full blame for it. When I still think that technically there's more than them to blame for this now. But like I'd say, when you put it into perspective, the exact same day, myself, Paddy, and Jack were at Celtic Throwdown in a hotel in Dublin.
Yeah,
and none of us would have expected anything like that either. You know what I mean? That could have been where that happened.
It's a different world over there, but like the likes of saying people, they're going to get sued. Like people are going to get sued over there. It's the way it is. Like somebody has to take responsibility. I know it's horrible to say that it shouldn't be the EA or the management or that there, but someone has to take responsibility for it. Unfortunately, it's not the man that killed himself after. It's going to happen. Like,
yeah,
it happened here. It would happen anywhere. If you sat there and it was your brother or your sister or anything that got killed, you'd be angry and you'd be doing anything you can to try to get the anger out. And maybe not the right way to go about it, but that's the only way they can do it, I suppose.
Yeah, no, it's a really delicate situation. Again, our thoughts and prayers go out to all families affected, and we hope that it is sorted, which I believe it will be. A company like EA, okay, they've done some crappy things in the past, but it's, on a very minor level. It's not, they're not out trying to annoy our families or that. It's on okay, they didn't give us this game or they're charging loot boxes. I think as an organization, they will look at this situation and they will rectify it, and hopefully that Madden tournament can come back and they can be remembered, I suppose.
It's just a great thing that I'm not trying to take away from the situation. It was absolutely horrible, but it's a good thing that it wasn't a shooting game, because gaming would have been torn down to shreds. Like if it wasn't Madden, it would have been blamed on gaming. Oh, gaming makes it this, gaming makes it aggressive. Shooting games make people do this, shooting people make do that. Like they tried to do that even because it was Madden, and it just didn't work because it was a football game, not a shooting game. Like,
yeah, it's a rocky subject. Look, we'll bring it on to something a little bit more lighthearted, but again, thoughts and prayers are with the family of the Jacksonville shooting. Una Ming broke this news last week on the community, and I thought it was actually awesome. Is a secret from Doom 2 has been discovered for the first time since release. Now, I looked into this secret, and basically what it is, it's a wall with some sort of portal on it, and the only way to unlock the secret is if you're pushed through the wall by an enemy. Yeah. And I think a lot of this has been lost in gaming in modern times, where these little secrets have been placed there just as fun. I mean, if anyone watched Ready Player One, it kind of really harped about the Easter eggs in games. Now we do have them, but there's just something special about when the lead programmer, was it John Romero, was definitely lead designer anyway. He was responsible for this secret, and I don't know. It makes me smile that secrets like that are still being discovered today.
The biggest surprise about all that kind of stuff is, like, we have the technology to go and look at the maps in these games and go and literally teleport around the boundaries of the game, and it still hasn't been found. So like that is magical in this day and age for something like that to be found.
Definitely. Like
hats off to the person who found it and recorded it. Like
it's or accidentally found it.
Or accidentally, I think they thought it was a bug or something. They got pushed through the wall and they were like, "Oh, what's after happening? Like this never happened." And lo and behold, it was a secret uncovered that was there for years upon years.
It would be great if they brought that back into games these days. That you wouldn't like just accidentally fall in on things that someone put in there. It'd be brilliant.
Unfortunately, the internet will never let us have that.
No, that's it, isn't it?
If you want to find Easter eggs, you got to play stuff in the retro days.
Did you hear about that great Easter egg this week in SpiderMan?
Oh, the marriage thing.
Oh, the poor.
Oh, the poor.
Yeah, we've heard it. Tell us about it, Paddy. Anyway, tell the listeners.
A lad contacted the developers in SpiderMan and asked them on Twitter, would they put in, will you marry me to a woman? And basically, it came out, but he released a video, and 4 weeks ago, before release, she dumped him and went off with his brother.
Yeah. Tragic.
It's so horrible, but so funny. But,
imagine being that person going, "Hi, or hi, whoever it is, me again. Can you take that out, please?"
Yeah, but they contacted him and said, "Would you want us to take it out?" And he said, "No, I think I'd leave it in." And he goes, "Actually, I have an idea. Will you message me?" And what he did was he made it put in the name of his grandmother that passed away, who bought him his first Spider-Man magazine. So it's a good story in the end.
Class.
Yeah.
First Spider-Man comic, magazine. Ooh.
Ooh, Maggie, magazine.
I didn't say that, Jack. Don't kill me.
I'm not going to kill you. Dos Santos would though.
Dos Santos. That sounds like someone's from the GTA's coming after me. Dos Santos.
So I found it actually funny that nobody mentioned Spider-Man in the What We're Playing section. Has nobody played it? Because I'll put my hand up. My son is getting it this Friday. Me and him are basically going to sit down and play it for...
I'm getting it this Friday as well.
So Jack, have you played it?
No. I know Una Ming has been playing it a little bit.
So anyone that's listening or watching, we're sorry. We know that Spider-Man is blowing up this week, but I have to hold back because my son was a little bit bold last week and he didn't deserve it, but I'm getting it.
He means he was bold.
Yeah,
he was bold and his wife said no.
Exactly.
That's exactly what it is.
Exactly.
You're playing too much games.
He had a really good weekend, got a bit too drunk, spent a bit too much money, and couldn't afford Spider-Man.
The kids always suffer.
The poor kids.
So another bit of news. Steam is 15 years old today. That's really unbelievable. Fano, you dropped that news earlier on.
Yeah, I thought it was mad. Like, does anyone remember like the early days of Steam where you had to go like all Steam was at the start was just to redeem keys for games like Half-Life and stuff.
Yeah, and it was very difficult to use as far as I remember.
Oh my god!
That's what
.exe is not responding.
What is Steam?
Steam is an online store. One of the biggest in.
What are you talking about? Did you just say you bought a game off of there?
I'll actually own up. That is the first time I've used Steam. I have bought 3 games off Steam in the last 2 weeks, and that's the first time I've ever used it. I am not a PC gamer.
Fano, how many games do you have in your Steam library?
Give me 2 seconds. Let's just click this.
Now, Fano, we want it off your head. We don't want you to like a life story here.
297.
Okay,
that's pretty good.
How many of them is Minecraft?
I have 65 games.
Minecraft's not on Steam. What kind of? What do they
I don't think so. Aren't they? Isn't it
Minecraft.
Isn't it Mohang Games? Isn't it independent?
Yeah, that's independent. It's not on Steam.
You can buy it on the Play Store.
Minecraft story mode seems to be there.
I wonder if 2 people own that. Different people own that. I wonder.
Sorry?
Do 2 people, different people own that? I wonder. Does one own the story and one own the other one?
Yeah,
I think the rights are owned by someone else for the story mode.
Is Telltale not the story?
I was going to say Telltale came to mind when it was said, but I don't know. We'll hear about it later anyway.
Yeah. Yes, it's Telltale Games. I just got it there, developed and published by Telltale. So the next bit of news is the Call of Duty Black Ops 4 closed beta is now live, and the internet is actually blowing up. I have heard of high-level PUBG fans, Fortnite players, every sort of battle royale player that Call of Duty is. It's the
Paddy Toner's getting nervous. That's what's happening there.
I think I knew, like we said this like months ago. Like when the big boys are going to get their hands on battle royale, that's when we're going to see what's happening, and it's starting. Yeah. Like, and we all knew it was going to come. Like the PUBG and Fortnite are not in these guys' levels. Do you know what I mean? They're gonna bring it to the next level, and I can't wait for it.
I'm not looking forward to is day one.
Yeah, because you're not going to be able to play it.
The fucking servers, I swear to God. Call of Duty servers are the worst things ever.
When World War II dropped, it was so bad.
Paddy, I remember specifically one weekend of, we started kind of doing the Republic and stuff. I decided to play with you, and the servers were down that entire weekend, so we played Fortnite.
Yeah, ever since they haven't hooked.
Who here is getting the new Call of Duty?
I probably will get it, to be honest. I do like them games.
Kush has been trying his damnness to get me to play it, like, so I might actually purchase. Look, I'm really interested to see what they've done in their battle royale mode, and just to see what everyone's talking about. Really, to be honest,
like they have quad bikes and drones, and it looks unbelievable.
It could actually, evolve Call of Duty to where I would actually like it, because I've always preferred Battlefield over Call of Duty, but it was only because of the large scale battles, like, and now Call of Duty are doing it with their battle royale mode, and it could be a game changer.
I just hope they don't ruin it with like ridiculous weapons and double jumping and stuff like that. You know, stuff that's like in the normal Call of Duty multiplayer. Like if they put that kind of stuff on that level,
yeah, but it's Black Ops. It's the grounded one, isn't it? It's Treyarch, and they usually have a more grounded approach.
In the last, you could fly around in Black Ops 3.
Oh, could you?
You weren't flying, you were jumping with style.
With boosters on your feet.
With boosters on your feet. That was it. That's not flying. Have you ever watched Toy Story? No, but like I think the Battlefield, was that not a battle royale already, just with respawning? Do you know what I mean? You're all dropped. There's like 60 people on it. You're like, just don't shoot me.
That's why Battlefield rules. The best one of all them, like the Battlefield games for me, was when they re-released the Medal of Honor. When they redid that, I think that was brilliant.
Nice. I played the Battlefield 5 beta, and I was actually very impressed. I wasn't crazy about Battlefield 1. It just, I don't know, it just felt like a lot of the Battlefront game engine bled over, but I think the new one, the shooting mechanics seem a lot smoother or something. It just seems to be getting back to its core, which I'm happy with, but we'll see on release. I'm not going to be buying the two of them, so I'm just going to have to see what
you're going for. Fancy. You're going for Battlefield.
You're going for don't like everybody else.
Yeah, I'm still playing Battlefield 4. I still go back to 4 regular.
Yeah, I see you play there sometimes.
It's all about Bad Company 2.
Bad Company.
Bad Company was so good.
Definitely.
It's all about Medal of Honor, lads. Let's go back.
Frontline.
Really good.
Frontline was unbelievable. I love that game. So just with the rifle and just, that's all you need. Yeah. Who needs the Uzis and all that? Fuck that.
So talking about developers being on the front line.
Jesus.
Segue ever.
Segue, best one ever.
Nordic
THQ.
Nordic THQ they're making some serious moves, buying up some IPs. So they've got 3 IPs that I know of, and they seem to be just buying them up like no tomorrow. So the first one is Time Splitters. I'm sure everybody here has played Time Splitters and loves it.
I fucking love it so much. It's just so good.
Like, I mean, when you think of Time Splitters, you nearly put it in the same caliber as GoldenEye, wouldn't you? For me, anyway.
Oh, 100%. 100%. It's that fast-paced, playing with your mates, getting killed by AIs because they're better than everybody, that kind of thing. It's lacking so much.
So what do you think, Fano? Are they going to make Time Splitters just a reboot, or?
Oh, do what they want with it. Just make it good. I don't care.
Paddy, you've never played it, have you?
Nope.
Okay, well, have you ever played Second Sight?
I have played Second Sight, and that's a great game.
So they bought actually the rights to make another Second Sight game. That's the second game, and I also played Second Sight and adored it. I thought it was very original. Yeah, very original. You had different powers. I think you wake up in a mental institute, don't you? And
yeah, you have to escape from the mental institute, and you start picking people up and throwing them all around the place. And
yeah, I think I remember the case being, wasn't it a guy just with no hair on the front of the case? That's
and just in like a pair of green slacks. And
yeah,
like,
the slacks,
and the gun like that there.
Yeah,
I'm very looking forward to if they bring that out again or make a second one, Second Sight, maybe a Third Sight.
Third Sight.
And, why did they buy the IP? They could have just renamed it Third Sight. Like.
Could you call it Future Sight for now?
And the third one is Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. That actually dropped today, that news. Kingdoms of Amalur was, I think it was released on all platforms. It was an action RPG. I have it actually on Steam, and I never tried it out. Have any of you played it?
No, is that the one with like the knights on the cover or something?
Yes, it is the one with the knights on the cover.
Yeah, I haven't played it. I think I actually have it as well on Steam, but I haven't played it myself.
What was it released on?
Sorry?
What was it released on?
It was released, I think first it came on Xbox 360, and then it was pushed off to all. I think it's definitely Steam and Xbox anyway. I'm not sure if it's on PlayStation.
It's definitely gone under my radar, and I don't even think I've heard of it before.
Yeah, it was. So that's after being bought up. But the funny thing about that is EA actually owned the publishing rights. So for THQ to actually make a game and publish it, they have to ask EA. And so, like there was a big mess up today where they didn't ask for those rights, so they're not 100% sure whether they're going to be able to go and develop it, even though they went and purchased the IP. So
maybe it's aspects from the game and story and lore they want to use.
Yeah, possibly.
EA don't be following the rules anyway. Did you hear about the
segue?
Segue! We're on fire. They're over in Belgium. They've refused to abide by the Belgian laws and releasing FIFA 19 with their packs, with their the Ultimate Team packs.
Oh, the loot boxes.
Loot box.
For EA.
But it's basically they changed the laws over there, and it's basically against the law to bring them out. But EA are holding down, and they're bringing the game out anyway. So they're about to get sued, basically.
Again,
yeah.
Again, that's two suings for EA and one.
It's a rough week for EA.
Like, I think they'd actually cop on with the whole Europe's gambling laws.
But they're holding back. They're holding down and saying it's not gambling. Like, and the CEO and everything has come out and said, look, it's not gambling. This is not the way our games are supposed to be. People get a certain amount for every time. They don't get real cash. That's not gambling. I was like, well, it is gambling. You don't know.
Real gambling.
It's not real gambling. But I don't agree, because you don't know what you're getting.
I know.
So you keep putting money in you keep gambling to get the best team. Oh, I need the best team. You keep putting the money in.
Yes, but it's not strictly gambling. It's you give money and you get something back. With gambling, you could double, you could triple, you could lose everything. It doesn't work the same as that. It doesn't work the same as the strict gambling rules. It's you give money and you get something back. You don't know what it is, but it's literally like a lucky dip. You're always going to get something back. So I actually think that EA actually have a case here that they can fight against.
Also, you can play the game to earn coins to buy the packs as well. Money is an option. It's not a necessity.
I know, but like, if you're putting this thing in front of like young children and stuff like that, where they can put their money in and they might get this, they're going, oh, if I go again, I might get this person. If I go again, I might get this person. Do you know what I mean? That's where it comes down to.
Have you ever got a lucky bag when you were younger? No.
Yeah, of course it did.
Well, that's exactly the same thing. It's you're buying something, you don't know what's in it, but you're getting something and you're hoping that it's going to be something awesome. It's the same thing.
I know, but it's not attached to a credit card.
I know, but the credit card is a parenting issue. It's nothing to do with a kid. Like, if a kid has access to a credit card, well, then bad parenting, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, I suppose, but I suppose we'll agree to disagree. I think it's gambling now. Totally. What do you think, Jack?
I have to agree with Paddy in this, because I know a couple of people who
never agree with Paddy.
We love FIFA.
But it's a case of before this all started, I said about the Pokemon. Pokemon took out the game corner in their games because of European gambling laws. They don't allow you to do the slots or anything like that, like they did in older Pokemon games. That's completely gone from new ones. But I also know a couple of people who dumped nearly 200 quid straight into FIFA, besides buying the game day one, just because they wanted that Ultimate Team. You know what I mean?
I know. There was talking to a couple of people on chats and stuff.
The guys that play League of Legends or Dota, they've put thousands into just getting a costume.
Oh, I know that, but it's the same. Again,
Fortnite.
that could be
Or Fortnite.
Yeah, exactly.
Fortnite is another exact like.
PUBG is another one.
You know what you're getting. The point is, you know what you're getting. Do you know what? Fortnite, you know what you're buying. With the packs, you don't know what you're buying. You get a certain player, you get this player, you get that player. The thing is, it's covered up. They want to change it that you will know what you're buying.
I do agree that there's definitely a middle ground there, and there is, like, for me, there's no right and wrong. Like, there's definitely a discussion on both sides, but I do think EA have a case that if they do want to throw forward, like we were talking about.
Like, to be fair, like, they're not going to beat the government. You know what I mean? It's a whole country. Do you know, they're going to turn around. The government's going to beat them. But if they don't want that in their country, they're not going to have it in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's fair enough.
Some big news dropped for me and Fano. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice gets a new trailer from Tokyo Games Week. Now, there was a couple of other bits that dropped from Tokyo Games Week, but that one was the most awesome.
That was the only one. Don't watch anything else.
Fano, what do you think? What are we getting into here?
Oh, we got to look at the fighting styles and how everything works and how fighting someone works, and you have to be patient and everything. It just looks so good. I can't wait. Doesn't
it look like an evolution of that style? Like it looks like a Dark Souls game, but it looks like it's a step ahead of what we've got before.
The combat and stuff, like everything about it it's so realistic to the point that, like, when you're fighting somebody, you have to watch what they're doing, and if you don't counter them properly, they get an upper hand on you, and if you counter them properly, you have the upper hand on them, and you have to work to get that kill shot. Like, it's not like a thing you go in, you swing in stuff, you put up a shield, you counter them, and then you have you get like a sinister strike on the right like that. This is a thing of you have to pay attention all the time, or this guy's gonna like annihilate you.
You have another thing that I noticed that is a total stretch away from any Dark Souls or Bloodborne is the grappling hook. I mean, the verticality is after being just split wide open, and you're going to be able to get on top of your enemies, jump down, obviously do like a kill streak or a kill leap. And that's something that we've never really had in any Souls game previous. So I'm really looking forward to this. I think we need, with Dark Souls and Bloodborne, we all know that style of game, but for them to throw something totally different into the mix, and this game has been published by Activision, and we can go into the reason why that again, but I think it's a great move, and they are bringing this, and it looks brilliant. It's after, slashing every other game that I'm looking forward to. I want this. I want Shadows Die Twice.
I think with the grappling hook, it adds a new level of stuff where they can hide Easter eggs and stuff like that as well. So people are never going to find everything straight off. I think it adds a new level of exploration to a game that we haven't seen in a while, especially from them. Like anything to do with the Dark Souls or anything like that, it was kind of by chance you came across it, or you hit a wall and it disappeared. This kind of says, you go and find it. It's out there.
Ooh, Dark Souls.
Get out.
I'm actually really looking forward to it as well. I haven't seen the new trailer.
That's like I'm here as always.
So Ronan.
It's stop tweezers and whatever. That's
Jack, you need to go and check out that trailer. It dropped during the week, and it's the first trailer was good. It gave you a little snippet, but this shows you bosses, it shows you fighting style, weapons. It really gives you an overview of what we're getting into here, and I am very excited for this. I'm always excited about a From Software game, but it's the next step. It's the level that we need to go to after Bloodborne, if you ask me.
So what was Shadows Die Once like?
Paddy, is it past your bedtime?
I'm just asking. I'm just trying to get in on the conversation here. That's all.
To get in the conversation, you need to go and clear Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3.
No, here, scratch on. Just finish Demon Souls, and I'll be okay with that.
Well, you never will finish it because if that's the one you're going to start with, it's not going to happen.
Boo!
I started with Demon Souls. It wasn't pleasant.
Demon Souls is difficult.
Very. I made it past the first boss and
it's
gave
a completely different pace of playing that kind of game.
Yeah, it's a tough game. It's the toughest out of all of them, if you ask me. The boss runs are horrendously long.
Okay, I'll play it. I'll finish it. No bother.
Yeah, stream it, Paddy.
I'll be on for next week. I'll tell you about it. I'll tell you how to finish it in a week.
I want you to platinum it. Actually, there's one for you, Jack. I want you to platinum Demon Souls.
We will never see him again.
No, I'll do it after Digimon. Once I get Digimon done, I'll go get
Digimon sounds harder than them games. Digimon sounds really hard.
The funny thing is,
I have a wager for this now.
Mentally.
Put your money where your mouth is, Toner.
Guys, we're going to have to move on. So we have a new section. It's just going to be a quick one this week because we're stretching the time a little bit. We might go over, but look, we'll keep going. The topic is this day in gaming. Fano, you have the facts. So exactly what awesome stuff happened today in the world of gaming on this day?
There's a couple of things. We talked about Steam earlier on, but 20 years ago today, just to make you feel old, the special edition of Pokemon Yellow was released in Japan.
Oh, nice. That's
Pokemon Yellow. Pokemon Yellow was very good.
So like this day 20 years ago, you had the choice to take Pikachu on you and then go find the other three. Instead of saying to your mate, here, can you pick up that one, trade it to me, and then start the game again, and then pick up the other one, trade it to me. So I want to have all three of them. This is the one where you got to go out and actually get them and do the kind of story stuff for them. And
I feel like your friend is sitting beside you with the Pokemon.
Yeah, there was like, are you like the new Pokemon mascot of the show?
You can't take Jack's position. He is the Pokemon Go man.
Jack, how do you feel?
Jack loves Pokemon Yellow. Jack, I don't even know if you're old enough to play Pokemon Yellow.
Thank you very much.
It's like just pause.
Jack froze, but it's like he's so happy to have frozen.
Yeah, just leave Jack there, frozen happiness.
Oh, he's moved. He moved. No, Jack is back again.
No, but I bloody loved Pokemon Red. I actually started with Red. I never had a copy of Yellow.
You never had a copy of Yellow, Jack. Go out and get a copy of Yellow.
I have a copy of Yellow now. When I was younger, I started off with Red, then I jumped to Gold, then Crystal, and then from there, I never actually got to play a copy of Red until I was 16.
You jumped to Gold. When I was that age, what you mean?
When I was a young lad.
There was no options, Jack. It was Mario or Pokemon. That's all you had.
No, I had Pokemon and Crash Bandicoot. Thank you very much.
Speaking on the topic of Pokemon, Heart Gold and Soul Silver came out on the DS in Japan this day, 9 years ago. So we had two Pokemon released on the same day.
Can I ask you a question, Fano? Is this a Japanese website?
No.
Did you need a translator?
Well, no. No, but another one is 12 years ago today, Ruler Rose came out on the PS2, that really rare game that Jack has a copy of.
Yeah, it's really, really rare.
And I'll stream it one day.
Jack, what is that in French, that game?
No, well, the game's booklet and everything is in French, but the game itself is in English. All the copies of the game that were released are in English. It's just the cases that are in different languages.
Yeah, I was thinking it was something to do with the French thing, all right. It's a very popular game. It's very sought after.
Yeah.
Because it's so rare.
It's very rare, that's why.
But another very underrated game came out this day a while ago, and that was Heavenly Sword.
Oh, brilliant. Is that Ninja Theory that did that game?
It was.
So they were bought over by Xbox, weren't they?
I'm not 100% sure, but I just know that Heavenly Sword was just... There was a
Ninja Theory, their last game was Hellblade. Was it Hellblade? Oh, no. Senua's Sacrifice. What was that game?
Yeah,
so...
Sorry, go on.
No,
go on, Jack.
No, I was just going to say, that's the Nordic style one that they released last year, I think it was.
Hellblade?
Yeah.
Hellblade.
Senua's
Sacrifice, yeah. Awesome.
What else?
Well, if you want more games, I'll give you more games. Let's do this.
Keep going.
So we had Dance Dance Revolution X I mean, that's Una Ming's favorite here. And that was 10 years ago today. Other than that, does anyone remember Adventure Island on the NES?
I think I played it.
It's really, really terrible, but it's 32 years old today. A little bit older than Paddy.
It is a little bit older than me. You are right. Today is my birthday. No, it's not.
In other gaming news, it's my birthday.
It's my birthday. Send me money.
Send me free games.
Always send me free games. Fortnite skins.
Anything else, Fano?
There's nothing really, like, you know, the Professor Layton games. They kind of came. Well, one of them came out today. There's nothing really else. Like
Okay.
Other than that, like, PES 2018 came out today. If that's any good thing.
Nice. That's a good topic. I think because each show we can have a look and see, is it going to be worth doing. I mean, if it's just one crappy game that came out like 20 years ago, we might skip that topic.
I don't think
Forza 2 or something awful like that.
Forza Part 2.
This day last year, FIFA 18 came out. Oh, thanks for that. Thanks for letting us know.
So we'll have that as our topic of the week this week. We're going to do something a little bit different, but we're a little bit stretched for time. So we're going to bring in our community moderator, Una Ming, and we're going to go through community questions if she has any, and see what way the community is rocking. Hello, Una.
Hello. Do you like my new outfit?
Oh, look at this, SpiderMan.
It's a SpiderMan dressing gown.
Spider person.
That's me.
It's sad because you're the only one here that's played SpiderMan.
I actually can't say anything, but I'll just say that it's a fantastic game. The swinging mechanics take a bit to get used to, but it's actually really, really good. Once you get into it, you're like, yes, I am Spider-Man.
Next week we're all just going to be gloating about it because I'm getting it Friday, so
nice.
I don't want to hold back.
Is the fighting mechanics the same as the Batman games?
I have no idea. What in terms of what?
Like Arkham Asylum.
The Arkham Knight games.
I don't know. They actually, like, once you get the first section of the game, you are thrown into everything. So I
take it like the Spidey sense comes up when it and then you hit triangle to counter it, and then you combo. Spidey sense comes up, you counter it. Is it
quite? Your Spidey sense is used for dodging, actually, mostly.
Okay, dodge. Okay, nice.
Yeah. So that's the main thing that it's used for, and then you can dodge away and have the time of your life and swing and kill people. Not kill people. Sorry, you don't kill anyone.
You don't kill anyone. You're
Spider-Man. You're Spider-Man. You wouldn't kill anyone.
But they said Batman didn't kill anyone, but he killed people in that last film, and I was upset.
Yeah, that's because the last movie that Batman was in was absolute garbage water.
Are we going to bring 300 up again?
Yes, we are.
Go get it.
How is the community going before me and Paddy have fisticuffs over 300?
The community, they're chatting away. A few comments here and there. We're going back all the way to Scum because that was they were very interested in that. People talking about Scum, they would like to point out that you can also poop on people.
Oh, I totally forgot about that aspect, and it's probably the best aspect of the game.
You can poop on people. Why would they put that in a game?
Because there's a really, and I mean a super detailed metabolism system that if you eat steak, you gain protein. If you eat fruit, you gain energy. It's really detailed. I mean, I'll screenshot the thing to you, and it's just like numbers and stuff everywhere.
Why would I plan out a game that much that like I'd have to be really healthy when I'm not even healthy in my own life and how I plan that?
Yeah, I know, but the way it's done is
can you go out on the piss?
You don't actually have to concentrate on it too much, but if you're really into that type of thing, it's there, and I'm very interested in it, and it does work very well. And you do have to pee and poo.
I had a steak, so it's time to go and spend 4 hours in the gym.
What was that game that we were playing that you got me to buy and I didn't like it? Where it was the same thing, it was a survival game.
The same thing. That was Conan Exiles.
Conan
Exiles, yeah. Where you gathered a load of stuff and then you starved to death, or you ate something wrong and then you died, and then you had to respawn and start again.
Paddy never learned how to cook or the inventory for that game.
I reckon it's similar to that Conan Exiles. It's just obviously in a different time frame, but the survival aspect is probably very similar.
Yeah, I really liked when you were explaining that before, Fan. It sounded like something that would be right up my alley, actually. Must get it.
If you're into that kind of scene or that setting, it's really cool because it has a lot of like lore and stuff that goes with it.
Deadly.
Me and Fano played it for like 1 weekend, and then it was like, no, back to Fortnite.
That's how everything goes with you.
You hear Paddy just going, nah, I'm not really digging this game.
There's no
people off. Like, I hope you don't get hooked.
There's no V-Bucks.
Classic Paddy.
No skins. Where are the skins?
Una Ming, anything else in the community?
More on poop, I'm afraid, as well. Sorry. Pain Train Gaming said in Scum he also pooped an apple, and Kevin O'Connell says he craps on every kill. So there you go.
Nice. You can tell Pain Train that, actually, you can tell, I can tell him, but I watched that video and it's absolutely hilarious. And your laughter just, I nearly fell off the chair.
I love when the top topic of the game is pooping on people. It's just like, Scum, you can shit on people. It's brilliant.
Because Pain Train was like, oh yeah, I'm taking another shit. And then he looked down and was like, did I just poop an apple? Full apple on the ground.
Oh, stop. I want this game so much. Sorry, hopping on to the topic of Switch and everything.
Away from poo.
Away from poo, I'm afraid. That's all the poo chat we've got for tonight. Ratuf says they need a main Pokemon series. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee don't count. That's what he wants.
Yeah.
Switch.
I can agree with that, but there are going to be nice special edition Switches that go with it that I kind of want.
They are nice.
Yeah. Plus, I think this is going to be the start of the whole Pikachu craze on Switch. I think we're going to get more Pikachu games that aren't going to be this Let's Go, whatever it's called.
Yeah, Detective Pikachu and all that stuff's going to come back.
Yeah.
It's going to
that movie's coming out next year or the year after, I think.
Wouldn't it just...
Detective Pikachu movie, yeah.
Ah, yes.
Wouldn't it just kill if they made like a Legend of Zelda Pokemon game, like an open world? That would just kill.
No.
Oh, all right.
Oh, I thought you meant Legend of Zelda with Pokemon. I was like, I don't know.
No, I mean like an open world Pokemon game, like
Link
Game
versus
Boy,
Charizard. I'm into this. I can see it running now.
Smash Bros.
And then we set it in a battle royale scene so Paddy will play it.
Amazing.
But I don't think they've changed it now where you have to feed the Pokemon cherries and all that stuff to capture them. They're not like fight them anymore. I don't if you're doing an open world setting, I think you'd have to be able to like battle them again. I don't really like the way they changed it.
Couldn't you have it like maybe MMO where you come across different trainers and then you fight each other's Pokemon? Yeah,
but that's what they're doing. But I'm saying it's still like the yellow and blue and all that. What I played, it was great to go out in the wild and capture the Pokemon and battle them. You can't do that anymore.
I think if they were to set in an MMO setting, they'd set it as sorry, don't be too nerdy here. As a hunter would be in World of Warcraft, where you'd have to kind of weaken an animal and then tame it.
Yeah. Same
as like the older games. But I think that it wouldn't be impossible for them to do it either.
That would be really cool.
Sweet.
Then moving on to Call of Duty. Aaron says that Call of Duty isn't a proper game without story mode.
Yeah.
Aaron should leave the podcast.
So I would enjoy the storyline and all the story modes and all them games. That's like World War II. I feel like they're really short these days, but like it's enjoyable to play them and not have to jump in with lads that are like 5 times better than you.
It's like watching a action movie. It's just leave your brain at the door, and enjoy an action-packed story.
World War II one wasn't bad, like for the story mode. Like I enjoyed it. Like going through.
The graphics were real.
The last one I played was Advanced Warfare, and I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah. It's bad that they got rid of them, but that's the way games go, I suppose. For that
more money for their battle royale mode.
Yeah, that's it. Unfortunately.
Yeah, and then finally we have simply just on Spider-Man, and just to comment on it. His name is Anon. That's how he's coming up as. But he said that he played the hell out of it and didn't sleep for 2 days. So
his name is what?
Anon.
Anonymous.
Anonymous. No.
Oh, I think you said Anim as in like name in Irish.
No. Anim. So you can look forward to that, guys, when you finally get around to playing it. It's going to be amazing.
My son is going to be able to sleep. You have to stay up just another hour. Come on, Nate. We can do this.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning, Dad. Yeah. High school in the morning.
What are you talking about? We have to watch the movie. We can do this.
There's more than one,
Can't play them all.
Just watch every Spider-Man movie ever.
Except for 3. We do not speak of 3.
Oh yes, except for 3.
2 is pretty good. 2 holds up very well.
2 is fantastic.
I actually like the new Spider-Man's better than I like the old.
Oh yeah, Homecoming is phenomenal. Like it's top class. And Tom Holland as Spider-Man, there's no beating that guy.
He's not doing it anymore, isn't he?
What?
He's not. He's not.
No, 100% he is.
Oh, Paddy's trolling.
That's
no,
the fakest news I've ever heard in my life.
I don't think it is.
You're probably going to say Tobey Maguire's got re-signed or something.
Come on now, that'd be silly. He's a bit old.
Tom Holland is signed up for the next 15 Spider-Man movies.
He's going to be like in his 40s still doing it.
He's like 16 years of age. Like he's going to be he is Spider-Man for the rest of our lifetime.
He could be.
I'd hate to drop this.
They can do some pretty cool storylines with that, I'd say.
Actually, speaking of Spider-Man, one more thing. The guy who plays Spider-Man in the game he's really, really good. I think he's really good.
Nice. So, you don't have his name, do you, Una?
Yeah, Yuri Lowenthal. He's a pretty good voice actor who's in an affair. He's in Persona 4, actually.
Oh, nice.
I was going to recognize the voice.
He's Yosuke.
Oh, class. Nice.
Yeah.
There you go. That's cool.
So Fano
I recognized that voice when I heard it.
Fano has some massive news on what the Republic of Players is up to.
I have some massive news. Me, right here.
Let's go, Fano.
Right. So, the Republic of Players, people you're watching right now, all 5 of us, are going to be in one place at the one time, streaming for 24 hours. Can you believe it?
Yay!
Spider-Man!
So basically, we're not playing Spider-Man. Spoilers.
Boo, not coming.
Right, hold on. Right, so this is what we're doing, right? Paddy's not allowed to play Fortnite. He won't last 24 hours, believe me. No, basically what we're doing is we're all meeting up in a hotel. We're going to stream for 24 hours. We're going to do some funny stuff. We're going to mess around, have some forfeits, have some everything. We're going to be taking donations. They're all going towards my niece Katie. If you haven't heard about this yet, there's links on the Facebook page. There's links on our Twitter. It's everywhere. If you just this campaign has been going on for over a month. We've already raised over $2.5 grand. But this is just a final bit for us to kind of say thank you to everybody and give back. We've got tons of prizes. We've got some amazing things from some amazing companies. We're getting this will all be announced on the page over the coming weeks. Who we've got, what we're getting, what's going out, and how we're going to put it out. We'll be taking donations on the day. If we hit certain goals, we'll be doing certain things. One of the things is someone might be doing the Pokemon rap.
Unaming is brilliant at that.
Oh,
yeah, she is quite good at it, in all honesty.
You guys are awesome.
And what's Jack dancing to again? Was it what's that?
Let's go.
Oh, Baby Shark.
Yeah,
Jack will be doing Baby Shark. But another one for Jack, if we can hit a goal, is we're going to take him to Token to do the food challenge, and we're going to film it and make a documentary out of it.
And this time I will finish it.
and then we're leaving Jack somewhere in Dublin.
Yeah, we're just going to leave him in a ditch somewhere and bring an ambulance and leave him there. But no, we're raising money. We're going to play some games. We hope everyone can tune in, get involved, say hello. Just spend some time with us, 24 hours. And somewhere in the middle of the night, we're going to be doing VR Resident Evil 7. And that's going to scare the shit out of me.
I'm just going to be asleep for that. I'm going to go to bed.
No, you're not. You're first on. I mean, you're first on.
Yeah, you get first.
We slotted you in.
Yeah. You know what they say, ladies first.
So we'll all be there. We're all going to have great crack. It's raising money for a good cause. Hope everyone can stop in, say hello. That's it, really, for this week.
Deadly. So if that's it, Fano, we'll do our shout outs and get out of here. Unaming.
Well, don't forget to thank the Allcast for their stream last week.
I was going to do that at the end, Paddy, but I
thought Fano wanted it. Sorry, I thought Fano wanted it.
Fatality.
We're running over time here now. Hold on now.
Unaming, if you want to shout out where people can grab you.
Yes, just composing myself.
Go for it.
Find me over on Twitch at Unitex, UNITEX.
Lovely. Paddy, Toner?
I'd like to thank all cast Irish gamers for
no, in all fairness, all cast they did a fantastic job. They did their 3 days. Well, they did 2.5. They owe me half a day. But they raised over €1,000, which was incredible.
Yeah, amazing.
I'll be getting onto them over that half day. But anyways, over 1,000 euro was absolutely incredible. Thank you to Minion and Petso and Raj and everyone else who stopped by. That was an incredible weekend, and I hope everybody else enjoyed it too.
Yep. You can catch me at Paddy the Pagan on Twitter, and the Republic of Players have now set up a new Twitch channel that you can drop in on. That's where we'll be streaming out of on the day to raise them funds. So drop in, and thanks for stopping in on our lovely podcast.
Jack?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Waxkills, and on Twitch when I finally get back to streaming at the Platinum Jack.
Deadly. I just want to say I'm actually blown away by the support that we've gotten for Fano's niece. I think it's crazy that a small group like us can create a community as big and as amazing as the Republic of Players, and it's only going to be getting bigger. We are looking forward to doing the stream. We're going to have some serious fun where we might even do a podcast during the stream. Thanks again to the Allcast Irish Gamers. I was on a lot of the time during that stream, and those guys are very entertaining. And again, yeah, thanks a million. So this has been the Republic of Players podcast, episode 13. I'm your host, Ronan Fox, and we are out.